Hello, everybody. Ooh, hello. Avoid the echo. Okay, great. Only messed that up a couple times. All right, my plan today is just to add one little riddle that I have written out into the game. It's going to have a new location hidden behind it. And I thought this would be a good task for a devlog stream, just because it includes a little bit of everything. And I think I've got most of it planned out fully, so we won't have to spend too long like coming up with ideas. I just got to implement. Let me close all of these extra tabs. I don't need these right now. And this is just, the stream is just part of my idea of sharing more progress as I go on YouTube. I'm trying to build a bit more of a presence there. And also as a way to motivate me to just get something done, to be on stream and not have distractions. I can't be distracted except by chat while I am streaming my development progress. Okay, so the room this involves, there's two rooms. So we're going to Enchanted Grove Shimizu. There we go. Shout out Shimizu, who this room is named after. Oh, actually, this is the wrong room. I'm sorry. And hello, Rain. RM, we're actually supposed to go to, this is the island room. My bad. We're in here today. And then one other spot, which is Bright Guard Church Interior. I want to connect these together because I had an idea for this room. I have, let me turn off the collision layer and the spawn spaces. And here you can see that the game inside of the room editor looks extremely bland because all of the like foliage is just procedural generated. I just spawn it in with code. So that means in the room editor, there's almost nothing. This room has this nice little 4 pillars, and I want there to be a way to cross this river having the answer to a riddle, and also get into this mysterious cave. So we won't be looking at these 2 locations today. We're just going to be trying to cross the river. Hey, Luna. Welcome. We were just in the room named after you, but I opened it by mistake, unfortunately. We'll do something else there later. And I was thinking about this, and I noticed these 4 pillars, and I was thinking, what if I just turn those into switches, and then this, crossing this river requires some kind of passcode with these switches. So that's the idea I'm going to go for. I did this a lot in the last librarian, and part of the problem with like the passcode idea is it's always felt a little bit arbitrary to me, but I'd rather have it there and do it as long as I can embed the code in a way that feels natural. So then my idea was, if the code was located in an entirely different location. And here we have the Church of Light. And let me actually load the game and go there. And then I'll show what I mean, and we'll put it into the room editor. First time I built the project since loading it. It's going to be slow. All right. Chapel of Ruins, Lake North. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna walk a little bit and find our way. And so the idea, oh no. Okay, we're gonna use cheats, never mind. So the idea is that the structure on the island is like a structure related to the church. And it's going to be a sort of side quest involving Lydia that will give Lydia one of the items unique to Lydia that lets her unlock new abilities. So I haven't mentioned that before, but there's an item. Let's see, give item, quest, Prophet Echo. Here's one. This item I added in the previous update. The idea is that these are going to be given to you when you do quests associated with certain characters. And there's one of these obtainable in the game. I want to add another one. And you'll use these to unlock new combat abilities in whatever order you want. So now the idea is that that structure on the island will be associated with a church, and then Lydia will go on a little quest to maybe beat a mini boss in there or something. I'm not totally clear yet. And so across that river, here where we have the island, there'll be a pedestal that says a little riddle that will indicate that the answer to this passcode is in the church. And now imagine we are walking up this way, and embedded in the floor is a pattern on the tiles. And since the pillars are a little grid, then the pattern on the tiles will show which pillar to hit in what order as you walk up into the church. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to save here so that I can come back later and check it out in the game. And now let's see if I have the tile sets necessary to make this happen in a way I like, or if I need to make some edits. So here is... Oh, all the tiles are named wrong. This is wood. That's not what wood is. But you know what? It's fine. Ooh. Hold on. Where do I do this that it doesn't ruin? Okay, so here's if it was split into chunks of 4. Let's do it like this. Move these down. Boom. 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 Just like that. Oh no, wait. It lines up. That's perfect. Totally planned. Look at that. I don't even have to move the bridges. And then like this. And then I think I'll just delete these ones. Okay, so now on each of these now very suspicious squares on the road, I'm going to change one of these tiles to a different sprite. Let's see if I have one that will work. Go to tiles, zoom in real quick. Boom. I can use this one. Yeah, look at that. This is going to be great. Okay, so if we say this is the riddle solution, like this. Okay, let's go look at that in the game. It's definitely suspicious. Like this is mega sauce, as the kids say. Let's take a look. Rain says, you are a kid. Clip games are not that old. I know, that's my favorite thing just to add on the end. Like, I'm not... Like, I am Gen Z, but I like to pretend for a moment that I'm not. It's extra ironic that way. Okay, so we go in here. And now, this is super sus, but initially you wouldn't know what this necessarily correlates to. Or if you do, you probably saw the bit in the river already, and you'll have an aha moment when you see this and be like, wait, I think I know what this is. Oh, what if I make it... Okay, what if I make the... I almost sort of did it already. What if I make it like a little bit of a wave, so it goes back and forth like if it was a river. And I think I'm going to move this acolyte somewhere... Well, lore-wise, it makes sense for them to be there. Because if you come in here before you talk to the matriarch, that acolyte has something to say different. So I'll do it that way. So then the idea is you walk up this way, and that's your sequence of switches to hit. Okay, so I'm going to change it a little bit. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Oh, 8. I like that too. That's suitable. Okay, so far apart. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's the same sequence twice, but now it's kind of symmetrical. So that's more aesthetic, I think, as you're walking up. And it allows... Oops, wrong room. Spoilers. That's something else I'm working on. I can't stream that because it's a bunch of dialogue writing, so I'm doing this task instead. So this would be left, or bottom left, top left, bottom right, top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right, top right. Oh yeah, lots of lore. I am actually super excited for the next update. There's going to be some really good cutscenes. I spent way too long on them. which is sad in some sense. On the other hand, it means they're really good because I kept rewriting them, being unhappy with how they were. Okay, so perhaps that's a bit simplistic for a riddle. Like for a sequence, you have to do the same thing twice. But I feel like if you're guessing randomly, you're not really going to try that. And that way it's more symmetrical in the sense of like, this feels like it could actually be part of the decoration. It's like kind of a little flowing river. It goes back and forth. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we have our solution hidden in the floor. That took less time than I thought. It's all lined up perfectly. Oh, sorry, Lydia. Sonia. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the location so that we can save there. I'll just use the teleport this time. Game room, go to island. Here we go. If I didn't know from this that's what the plan was, I would not even connect them, to be honest. Yeah, well, I'm going to put a tablet here that indicates where to find the solution. But it's hopefully if you walk in without having read that tablet, you don't really notice that there's a thing on the floor. That makes it the best way. Then you see the tablet and you're like, huh, I wonder what that means. I've been trying to do some of the kind of more Zelda style puzzles, but I actually don't think those really work in this game. So I've cut that out of the idea, but instead I'm trying to do more riddle based and like world building based puzzles where it involves some kind of exploration or piecing something together or understanding the game, the dialogue and the story. Because I think that just fits Daughter of Dreams better. And that way it kind of makes it so that I think that the target audience for this game is really people that want to read all the text. Yeah, Luna says story puzzles are cool. Exactly. That's my opinion, and I think Daughter of Dreams is all about story puzzles. I'd rather focus a lot of my effort on the people that enjoy reading in their games and make that something I invest a lot of effort into making good. Instead of trying to diversify too much and also include other styles of puzzles. Plus, I'm just not that good at that. So I'm going to focus on this instead. Okay, so EG Island, great. Collision, I'm going to make, not collision, I want combat grid. Oh, hey, they're already aligned on a grid. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we get to do a bit of pixel art. Because these are obviously not things that you can... I do know there are some really complicated puzzles in TLL. Yeah, that is true, and it's something I could do. I just feel like... So what happened in Daughter of Dreams is I tried to do puzzles like that. I haven't put that much effort into it, and I'll probably do more similar things in TLL. The problem was that in Daughter of Dreams, I've spent so much time on the combat system that I don't actually have that many real-time interactions that I can turn into puzzles. And I'm trying to also like avoid redoing stuff that I did in TLL. And I feel like that's tricky. I've already redone stuff. It's just been so long since I was in that mindset. And I've been focusing so much on this story-based RPG that it feels like, you know what, I've made a story-based RPG. I don't need it to be a Zelda-like anymore. But I'll be honest, this project has evolved so much. Way back when, this was going to be a procedurally generated from scratch Zelda game. And now it is a mostly not actually procedurally generated tactical RPG game with a story. Didn't see that coming. And I've only played one tactical RPG and I don't even like it that much. So it's super weird to me that this happened, but that's what I want to focus on. Okay, so I have these things. Instances. These. We'll take a peek. Actually, I'm going to beat that combat encounter so that I don't have to... so it doesn't get in my way. We'll just kill these guys real quick. Oh, there's a bunch of plants. Did you add in battle dialogue? Yes, I did a little bit. They will say something when you enter the combat encounter, and they will say something if you get damaged sometimes. And they'll say something when you open treasure chests. Plus, I made it so that there is support for doing cutscenes in battle, which I'm going to do a bit with some of the mini bosses and bosses. Awesome little details. Great. I'm glad. I think that's something that adds a lot to the kind of personality of a game. Just to have, particularly with a character and story-based game like this, where the the fact that they're actually people kind of matters. Tenebro has arrived. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I made these things, which are just little pillars that let you cross over water. Wait, was there a depth issue? No, that was just the animation being weird. Oh my gosh. Wait, look at that. Huh? They're going all kinds of... They're facing all kinds of weird directions when they're on the pillars. Look at that. Now Lydia's facing right. What happened? Oh, no. Okay. They're just taking in the scenery. You're right. You're right. Let me open up my to-do document so that I can fix this, or I can put this on my list to fix later. There it is. The giant to-do document. Don't look too closely. There's loads to do. This. I fixed this. Players face the wrong direction when crossing water platforms. Okay. Great. Now I'll know. Screenshots. There's plans in there, but you'll spoil them if you take too close of a look. Actually, I'm curious. Hold on. I'm going to scroll up and see what kind of spoilers there really were. Actually, not much. Yeah. It's basically finish the Tanglewood, which hopefully the Discord knows I'm doing. You actually kind of like that they look in weird directions. Maybe they're looking for passing birds or fish. Wait, passing birds or fish or bears? Oh no, we don't like bears. They might eat us. It is cute to think about why they might be doing that, but I prefer that not to be as a reason to keep a bug in the game. Oops. 0 to 10, not enough bears. Okay, let me tell you the real reason there aren't bears in this game. Well, there's two reasons. First of all, my world building document says nothing can exist in here that exists in real life. That's why these are bombles and definitely not bees. And this is not grass. This is it's grass. We have that too, but you know what I mean. And then the second reason is I do not know how to draw a bear. Always funny when they just plop in the water. Yeah. Splash, splash. That sound is just me shaking a water bottle. I can do it now. Oh, never mind. I'm out of water. Uh-oh. The streamer's out of water. Just draw a dog and make it angrier and round. Get water now. I have cream soda, and when that is out, I will get water. Hydrate or dihydrate. I won't dihydrate. Don't worry. I'm keeping my throat quenched with the cream soda until it runs out. Rain says water. Okay, I have a water bottle. Hold on. I'll get a second one. Cream soda does not equal water. You're right, you're right. Okay. Cream soda does have water in it. Soda is not the best for hydration. I now have my second water bottle. Thank you for watching out for me, everybody. I won't let it happen again. I usually remember to fill the water bottle, but I forgot. I don't want to get out. I have 2. Rain, I have 3 just in my room. I drink a lot of water, and then that's why it runs out, and I need more. What the heck? Yeah, I bought some new ones recently. I have my car water bottle, and then I have 2 Nalgene's for like walking with. And by car water bottle, I mean it has little narrow ends so that I don't spill all over my face. Rain knows. Yeah. I live with Rain. I was explaining for the others. It is good to keep hydrated, yes. I'm looking. Tenebros isn't looking out for me. You're being a bad influence. Fill your water bottles with cream soda for ultimate game dev power? Uh-oh. Don't give me any ideas. I don't have enough cream soda to do that. Okay. So those things work. But what I need is a way for the these pillars to like poof into existence so I can hide them for now. Stop with your evil temptations. Exactly. It would give me ultimate game dev powers, though. I believe that. How do I make these sunken pillars poof into existence? I have a better idea. Hew. Yes. And Parker Carrot is first, as always. No one else is first. That man is the firstest. Okay, so instead of making it so that I have some kind of pillar object that can appear, I think I'm going to make another object that can just move a target object to its position so that I can use this for other purposes. Have them pop out of the ground. I think I'm not going to bother with that because they're already so short, and I don't want to make an animation. So I'm just going to teleport them and then add a little particle overlay. Like you would in, like, like Legend of Zelda, the DS ones, I think. They have little bridges that just poof, there's like a little cloud that appears. Barry Allen, firstest man alive. If you say so. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to make a... Let's see, this should go into puzzles. And then not triggers mechanisms. Teleporter. I'm going to call it a spawner. That's a game design jargon for creating a thing. Treasure chest spotted over here. Yes. Okay, so I made a spawner. I need it to have a... I should have a... What would be in here? Under control? Combat. There's so much. What is it called? I forget. Maybe it's under utility. Sprites? There it is. It's under utility. Okay. Sprite, utility, and then in here I have all my little colored things. I'll do this one. Did you play the Google game where you edit the platform game? It was a few weeks ago, if I remember correctly, and was in celebration of the first guy to make cartridges. No, I haven't heard about that. You want to post a link in the Discord? I can check it out later. Cartridges like game cartridges? Or I guess any kind of media? I do know how to access older Google games. Oh, all right. Was it cool? So I have a spawner now. Ooh, I have an idea. Okay. So there's my 3 spawners. And I'm going to just put them over top of the... of the pillars. And then I'm going to code this so that when they're created, they link with the object they're touching, and then they move that object. Actually, they just straight up deactivate that object. And then if you trigger the spawner or the save thing for the spawner, like if you've previously triggered the spawner and you reload the room, that will also happen. It will reactivate that object. Okay, so first of all, I actually need to make it, I need to give it a parent spawner. How do I make it a parent? Collision mask. I moved things around recently. I'm having trouble. Par mechanism. This should give it a save handling event. And I think a few variables. What variables do I have? No variables. Okay, I was wrong about the variables. Okay, so now I'm going to say does instance place not instance place. I want, first of all, I want instance position. And then I want to know is this sprite is sprite transition? Transition. Middle center. Great. So instance position will find something where it is. Okay. And then that will become the target. Deactivate object. Wait. Deactivate. Instance deactivate. What? Layer object? I'm afraid about that. How does this work? Okay, you can deactivate a single instance or all instances of an object. So I only want this one instance deactivated. So that should work. If you deactivate something persistent, blah, blah, I don't care. This isn't persistent. If you deactivate it, it will still run its create event. That's good. Don't deactivate things that have physics. I don't care about that. All right, y'all, this is called checking the manual before you use a new function. Everything looks a-okay. Hopefully we'll avoid some horrible disaster with this function I have never used before. Okay, so I deactivated it, and then if it's triggered, I'm gonna have to double check how this works. Just put it in one of the servers, Luna, that'd be great. I'm sure the other people in the stream might be interested in taking a peek at it. Okay, so here is the triggered. How does parent mechanism work? That's just there for reference. I need to reference something else so I know. Here's the vanishing box. Triggered, it just gets destroyed. Okay, so for the spawner then, in the trigger event for the spawner, this is what happens when if I link a switch to a mechanism, in this case the spawner, the trigger event plays when the switch gets hit. So I do override, and I say spawner triggered. Okay, and then in here, I want to instance activate. Uh-oh. Okay, instance activate object again, target. Okay. Oh, I just realized a problem. Okay, well, I'm going to test this first. Start small with the code. Test one thing at a time. So I have a switch. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, the problem. It'll be okay. It's a minor problem. We grab the instance ID of this spawner. And I'm going to put it into the target for this switch. And I believe if I hit the switch, that thing should now appear. Now the problem is that I can only trigger one thing. So I actually want to make the spawner produce a list of objects and activate them all. Okay, so these are all, well, also the spawners are not invisible correctly, but boom. Oh, there it is. Look at that, it worked. Insofar as I expected it to. We've got more work to do, but that's one step. So instead of that, instead of one for each, I'm going to make 3. I'm just going to stretch it up. And then I'm going to say, for the spawner, instead of doing this, I'm going to have it create a list. Target list equals create. And now since I'm creating a list, I need to make sure that I delete it also. I need to do that in the add event, the cleanup event. Clean up your act. That's what this is. Wait. Uh-oh. This is the crystal switch cleanup. Delete. I need it in the spawner. There we go. Cleanup. Spawner, cleanup. And then in here, target list, or I guess DS list destroy. Target list. Okay. So that will clean up the memory once it's done. Prevent any memory leaks. So then I want to make sure that it will not collect stuff on the collision layer and only on the instances layer. So what I'm going to do is instead of using a collision list function, I'm going to just check with all. This is an expensive operation, but it only has to happen when you enter the room and only with this one spawner. So it's all fine. And then if layer equals this dot layer. By the way, this could just use other, but I prefer to declare it myself up here. It just, I don't know why it's a habit. Add, yeah, DS list add this dot target list myself ID. Okay, so now the target list will be populated with everything on this layer. Oh, wait. And everything on this layer that is colliding with the spawner that is not the spawner. That's all the checks. Add it to that list, this target list. And then is there an instance deactivate layer? Nice. There's a region thing. Actually, this might work better. Hold on. Let me check the documentation on this one. You can define a region inside or outside. Now, can I do it on a layer? Inside, outside, not me. I could activate the collision layer again after I do it this way. And that way I don't have to keep a list at all. I'm going to try it that way. However, I'm a little bit nervous. What? Width? Really? Okay, instance deactivate region, and then I think I'm gonna have to reactivate the collision layer. But we will see. There, I closed it. There we go. Chat's back. So let's try this. Activate region. See how this goes. Activate region. Oh, it has no not me. Bug. They are inevitable. So it goes. Okay. Boom. Hey, it worked. Except for, if we restart this room, we'll see the bug that I suspect. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, well, start. That needs to be commented out. Okay, so I think the problem is this is also going to deactivate the collision, which means that... Yeah, look at this. There's just no water here. I think we can even look at the collision. Do I have a collision mode? Alt-C? What is it? Inspectors, display, collision. There it is, look. The water is gone. It's over here now. And in between this whole section is water. It's just gone because it got deactivated by this thing. And if I do this, it doesn't even reactivate the water. Oh, wait, it does? What? Oh, wait. Ah, okay. Walking on water hour is real. You're right, exactly. Okay, so I need to somehow exclude this to one layer. The easiest way is to just reactivate the collision layer. I'm a little nervous about that because I think it could cause issues in the future, but right now I don't think it will cause any issues, so that's fine. There's no problem. There's no risk to this. Nothing bad can happen. Will this accept the name? I'm gonna do a little bit of Googling too. Deactivate on a layer. Okay, well, let's try if this works, and then I might just copy paste that line for each layer. No, the water's still here. Well, the water is still missing. Absolutely nothing that matter at all. Yep, everything's fine. What? Okay. Now that I don't understand. Why does it not... Collision, it doesn't reactivate the collision layer. Should take a string, that's okay. Okay, well, I'm going to do this the more careful way, even though the code is more robust. Water got a layer of ice on it. Nothing to worry about. It borked. Yeah, it's borked. It's okay. Okay, so instead of doing it this way, I'm going to do it the slower but more robust way. But I'm not going to use a list. I realize I don't need a list. I'm just going to do the collision check every time because that's less work. Delete. No data management here. Everything's fine. So instead of doing this, Control Shift K, I'm just going to instance deactivate object. Crunchy ice. Yep. By the way, power user can attest to this. You can freeze the water. Deactivate. Whoa, wait. How does this work? What's the function name again? Okay, whatever. I don't get it. I had a typo in there somewhere. Okay, so just deactivate myself. And I think you can do this exactly the same way when you activate them. You'd think they're deactivated. You can't, but a with all or with ID will allow you to run code in the scope of that thing. It just won't do anything automatically. So I think this will work. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Oh, the ice is about just being able to walk on it. Okay. Good. Oh, not good. Now is this because this doesn't call? Or because this doesn't call? I suspect it's... Oh, well, this is gonna... This is dumb. I shouldn't do it this way. But listen, it's all about just getting stuff done. Do something. It's better than doing nothing. So that's how I'm approaching this problem. Okay. See what's in here. Called. Yep, everything ran in this code except the ones that matched. Wait, what? Oh yeah, because they're all deactivated, so you can't actually use them. So I do need the list. How do you actually... How are you expected to do this? See, I never do stuff with deactivated objects. Okay, I need to read again. You cannot use with or with instance. This event it would be variable holds the ID. What? Oh yeah. Okay, so I think this means that if because of this, if so you can't use with because it's considered ignored, so the with thing search just won't look for it. That's part of how it's performant. However, if I have the ID of that specific instance, then I can reactivate it. So if I put everything into a list like my original plan, this should be fine. Okay, so I do need the cleanup event then. Cleanup ds list destroy target list. Okay. So now I need to iterate through this target list. And in there, I can deactivate them all. Instance, deactivate object, target list, and then access it like that. Boom. Okay, and now I just do the exact same thing in here, but I activate them. This was what I was trying to do the first time, but then I thought I came up with a better idea, and I was mistaken. Boom. Wait, I gotta check. Did I... Oh my gosh. And it even already remembers its save state because I used inheritance. Learn your object-oriented programming, guys. If you're going to do programming, it is useful. Look at that. I don't even have to worry about saving and loading. It just does it already. Okay, on the other hand, that means I can't really... Oh, I already saved my game too. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can test it again. I have to make sure that the water's not deactivated. Just to be completely confident. You know? I don't want any mistakes. 50 minutes. Already... Whoa, what happened? Did it crash? Did I hit escape too soon? Okay, I don't know what happened. Apparently opening OBS made it weird. Okay. The water is here. Water is still here. Okay. Great. All I have to do is make this thing invisible. Oh, and I have one more thing, which is I want... For each of these objects, I want there to be a little particle effect, a little poof, so that you can tell that they didn't just spawn out of nowhere. There's like a little bit of magic involved or something. So in here, I will now get the lists. And then I will say part animation burst. I'll do this for now. I'm going to update this later. Part heal, freezing. Where's the one sparkle? That's, I think, what I want to try. Count 8. We'll see how that looks. And I will make the spawner invisible. Is it invisible? Oh, it might not quite be invisible. I might have to add one more tag, but... Yeah, like I thought. Oh! That is too big of a burst. Radius. I actually want a smaller radius, and I want the speed to be, like, tiny. I'll tweak with all of this stuff later, off stream, just to make it perfect, but... Wait. There we go. Oh, this isn't going to work, is it? Because instance activate object won't apply to these things. Oh, it worked anyways. Okay, I don't understand how that is, but you know what, it works. Documentation said that if you activate something, you can't use it to the next frame, but that might just not be true anymore, or for some reason this statement, oh, because it's an ID directly referenced, it's okay. That's why it works. I still want it to be smaller, slower. That. And I will make the count smaller. No, that's correct. So then the last thing is I need to make the spawner actually invisible, which I do like this. Invisible false. Close those. There we go. Boom. The doorway appeared when I hit this switch. Okay, so I'm going to do one last thing on stream, and then I'll finish the rest off stream. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, we're almost there with the whole puzzle. What we need is for instead of hitting this switch to activate the spawner, I need to hit these pillars in the right sequence. And I don't have a type of mechanism that does that yet. What I'm going to do for the last bit of the stream is I'm going to draw the pillar with the switch on it so that you can tell there's a difference between them and you know how to interact with them. And then we'll add the riddle and we'll call it good, and I'll code the logic for hitting the pillars afterwards. So yeah, Luna says, I'm here nodding along, not really understanding what you're talking about. That's a-okay. I'm narrating almost just to walk my own self through it. Programming is totally confusing. You don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But also, anyone can do coding. So I just told you otherwise. I don't know. Stone pillar. We'll call this a switch. Stone pillar switch. I'm going to move it to mechanisms, and I will sort it later. Actually, I'm going to sort it now. Sort it now. Pillar switch. Also, this is not supposed to be a mechanism. It's supposed to be in triggers. Make the sprites folder. I just do this with the sprites underscore, so it's always at the top. And then I can keep all the sprites in one spot underneath the object category. And then I can just hide them and I can just use the objects. Because most of the time when I'm like editing levels, I don't actually care. So here's our stone pillar switch. I'm just going to make it 1. I don't need them to look different. And then, let's see. So the crystal switches are like this. Yeah, it's a pretty good sprite. I like that one. I made this. This is one of the first sprites I made for Daughter of Dreams. Along with these other switch types, which are not used for anything. Look at this. Anyways, that's besides the point. I think I'll make these just the same color, because that way the player just kind of knows what it does already. I don't have to explain it. Actually, I should make them a different color. Well, I'll start with this as a base, and I will change it afterwards. So I already have a new layer. Oh, right, that's a new GameMaker thing. What? There we go. It's done, right? Okay, so I kind of want to embed it into this pillar. Do it like this. Huh. That looks super weird. I need to duplicate the pillar object too. I'm going to do that while I'm thinking. Stone pillar switch. And then I make the sprite pillar switch. So it matches. This code I don't need. I don't even need to create them at all. Actually, I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to make it so that it like blinks when you hit it. Yeah. Pillar switch. So that way you know it's different than the deactivated ones. They just turn off. These ones, when you hit it, it'll like chime and just blink once. Okay. So that's good. I'll code it all later, like I mentioned. For now, put them into the scene. Maybe I should make them a little more round. Make them fit in. I kind of like it. Like, I think what I'll do is I'll make it so that it's a little bit more embedded inside of the pillar instead of just like weirdly sticking out on top. I can't quite wrap my head around like what the shape of this actually is, so I'm going to make it more obvious. Not this, this one. So here I will actually add one more layer up here. And then I will make the I'll make the crystal switch like this, and I will kind of accent the bottom. Okay. After that concentrating, I like this. So it has the kind of shared theme of the teal switches, but I'm going to have it just blink like green or something, or blue, darker blue, when you hit it for a moment. So it can go like this. On this layer, blue best. Yes, I think so. I get this kind of light blue, and then I will make a darker blue here. And I'm going to make it so that the glow becomes much more apparent when you hit it. So that when you blink, like when it blinks, it's like obviously brighter for a moment. Kind of put a little bit of blue over this. Oh, I kind of need this. Oh my god. Wait. What's going on here? So that was actually covering up. Okay, I'm just going to merge these layers. Okay. Now I can cover this part. Layer shenanigans. Who knew? There, it gets all big and bluish. Okay. I know from experience if I spend too long tweaking it, I'll never get it done. So I'm happy with this. It'll blink blue when you hit it. And then maybe I need a third one for when it's solved. Oh, I can do that with the deactivated one. So let me make one more. Deactivated. And I can take the crystal switch. Actually, I can do switch, and I'll get both of them. And this is what they look like. That. Deactivated. Boom. Boom. Uh-oh. Why didn't that work? Okay, fine. Boom. So once you've solved it, it'll go like this so that the player knows they don't have to do it anymore. All right, so here's our little switches. Here's our door, our pathway, and now I'm going to add one more thing, and we'll call it good for the evening, and I'll finish the rest afterwards. I'm going to take a stone tablet. We'll put it here. Oh, actually, probably right in the center. I kind of like it there better. A little bit forward. Or maybe to the side, because then you can cross this way. Well, I'll move it around, but for now I'm going to put it here. And then just a little bit of a riddle so that you know where to find the answer. And I'll actually say this riddle might be too easy. I might make some changes to it. It might be too hard. It's not really a riddle. But there's actually going to be a second way to get to that island. You like it in the middle, the very center, or like the slightly up spot? Like up here or down here in the center? There's going to be a second way onto the island, slightly up. Okay, great. That's also how I feel, so we'll keep it there for now. So this is just one solution, and there's going to be a second way. So hopefully if this is too obscure or not obscure enough, then players will have another route to do it. And part of the reasoning for this too is also this is going to be something where on your second playthrough, you'll be able to kind of skip the puzzle part and just go straight to the island. And so I'll put something there that will be useful for that kind of play. Where it might be useful to go a little faster or beat some bosses faster or whatever. Okay, so the riddle is approach the mantle of the church, reveal the path of water. I think that should work. We'll take a pick at it. So the mantle of the church refers to the matriarch, and the reason for the word approach is so you know which direction it goes. And then reveal the path of water is apparent after the fact. Actually, I'm just going to make it all one sentence, I think. Church to reveal the path of water. This kind of... I hate these little tiny boxes. Okay. Approach the mantle of the church to reveal the path of water. And then I do pen center in scribble brackets. And this should make it centered. Oh, wait. Okay, I actually want to say approach the mantle of light to reveal the path of water. That's a little bit more obscure. Make it lowercase l for future compiles. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'm going to add one more new line here so that it's centered in the middle too. Drink some more water. I'm running out, so it's a good time to end the stream. Down. Let's go. What? Why didn't the new line work? Wait. Oh, you know why I didn't hit save. My bad. That's a bug that can happen too, you know? Okay. You just find this in the woods, and you hit these things, and they blink, and you're like, okay, what do I do? But then you go to the Church of Light. We're just going to teleport there instead of walking. Bright card. Church interior. And you're like, wait a second. This is a suspicious floor. And look at this lady. She is the Mantle of Light. And also, I think I'll add one more NPC in the church also that kind of mentions the temple on the island, so that if you're in the church and you're reading all the dialogue, you'll encounter that NPC and then be reminded of the temple on the island. And hopefully that will help some players put it together. And of course, this whole thing is going to be optional. It's going to be something just for people who read a lot and really want to get everything. So hopefully it's exciting for some folks. Not the folks that watch today. They're going to know everything. Sorry about that. But that's how the game dev works. I'm just glad to be sharing some more progress. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to finish up those pillar switches and do some more dialogue writing as well. Hopefully. And hopefully later this month there will be Daughter of Dreams Part 1 totally done. Or at least Chapter 1. We'll need to do some review before we publish it publicly, etc., etc. But I'm getting close. So thanks for coming. Christmas present. Yeah, I'll probably be a little bit after Christmas since I'll need the whole break to get it done. But yeah. Bye, everybody. Have a nice evening.